This is Marsha Ambrosius, and you're tuned into www.thesermonsdomain.com.
What's up, it's your boy Sermon. I'm back, www.thesermonsdomain.com. We're here with Marsha Ambrosius. I get the name right?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I've been practicing all week. Okay, well, the first off, the question I've been wanting to know ever since I heard about it is, why did you push the album back again until next year?
Well, I didn't push the album back again. I never had a tentative release date. You know, the dates float around for people to talk about. I knew going in, especially being heavily involved in the production element of this album, we have samples to clear, and I have a promo tour to do. For me, I don't want to just throw an album out to the wind, and I think many artists get lost in the mix doing it that way. I mean, my whole purpose of signing to a major label was to get the pull that I couldn't do as, you know, an independent artist, which I could have easily done because I think I have enough of a strong fan base that will, you know, buy regardless. But I just wanted to do it just a little bit bigger than that. So for me, it really was about getting, you know, all these production deals the way we needed them, samples cleared, and just that perfect time of year for the feel of where the album was going. And, you know, Hope She Cheats, that was something I definitely threw to the wind. I didn't know that was going to catch on the way it did. That wasn't a planned single. That's something that people just started playing, and I was like, oh, well, now we have to catch up to momentum, you know? And it was unexpected. So for me, I'm just, you know, playing catch up on things I didn't plan for, but what I did plan for was to create an album, not just a single or a ringtone, or something that's just popular at the time. I have a body of work with phenomenal producers and phenomenal writers on there, and I want a, you know, solid album.
Okay, well, you mentioned the single, which I love the single a lot. Now you got the remix out with Fabolous and Maino on it. How'd you come about getting them on it, and why them two?
Fab I've been affiliated with because, you know, we worked together in the past, you know, doing Stay, and he's just, I like the quirkiness about his approach to hip-hop, and because of the content of the song, I just would love to hear what he had to say, you know. And you know, I'm on J Records, and Monica was gonna do a verse, the female verse as well, get on there, and then I heard that Maino was on the joint talking about, I don't know, like the speculated story is it was related to their situation, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, I'm causing controversy, it's great. So yeah, I've just been cool with Maino, cool with Fab, and they're on a remix, and radio is killing it.
I hope she cheat on you with a basketball.
Hope She Cheats was never an intended leader. I just wanted to put out good music, so whatever I come with next is just gonna be next.
Okay, so I was watching an old interview from like September 2009 where you were discussing the album, and you had talking about like the concepts and stuff, and how you wanted to end with a "We Are the World" type track or whatever, I think. How has the album changed in like the time frame since then?
Hasn't. The album has remained the same for at least 6-7 months solid. I think even in September, when I had an idea of what I wanted the record to be, it's still the same. Conceptually, content-wise, as far as playlisting it and having what's track 1 is to track 15, it just has to make sense sonically. So I know I'll have my version of what my playlist is when you hear the beginning of an album to the end of it. But, you know, people are individual, like, nah, I like track 4 better, so I'll just flip that. You know, it's individual, but for me, it's a story. So if I have We Are the World first, it's like I'm just trying to save everyone, and then in the middle of the album I'm talking about, you know, saving me. You know, so it just depends on where I am in my life at that particular moment, and that's what makes the playlist the way it does.
Okay, so playing off the title, if you have one, what's your most memorable late night that turned into like an early morning?
Oh man, I say at Prince's house during a Grammy week, and that was an extreme late night as we'd done the Grammy ceremony. Ended up at his house doing a jam session with like under Alicia Keys, India Ari, Dave Chappelle was there, Common, Jamie Foxx, Chris Tucker. It was just pandemonium. But I had a red-eye flight the following day, which then I found out I actually had to get the 6, 7 in the morning. I was still at Prince's house like at 6. So I had to push the whole trip back, and I didn't leave his crib until like, I don't know, 8 or 9, and then got like an afternoon flight. So that was definitely the latest night and the earliest morning ever.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It's really a spur of the moment thing. Like right now we could be having this conversation and my mind will drift off and realize that, wow, I'm in Seattle right now. And it's taken me a lot to get to this place in my life. I'm about to hit the stage and I've been invited by people who've respected what I've done for numerous years now. So that can be overwhelming. I'm like, no, I'm about to perform in front of a crowd that knows what I sound like. You know, it's like a reintroduction to who I believe I am, because I've always stayed true to my word. And lyrically, the songs just derive from personal experiences, whether or not I've been going through them or people close to me have. Like right now, I don't know you that well, but I'll probably, you know, I'm sitting here assuming what your life is like, what you do on a daily, and I'll write a song based on how I feel about this. That's just how it goes.
Okay, so one of the things that I became interested in when I was like, I took to Twitter. I kind of always take to Twitter and ask if anybody had any questions. And my boy Mayhem from SAS, he hit me up and was like telling me, he was telling me about how you were the one that brought them into the game, and I wanted to know more about that. Can you talk more about that?
We were basketball players. We were very close with my brother. They played on a rival team way out on the other side of London, and we had a very close friendship. So basketball and music, they're married, and that's how, you know, I made the transition from being an injured basketball player to a musician. It was very easy. That's my plan B. With Mayhem and Mega, like that's Melvin and Remy to me. Like they're my homies. Like they were on the single cover art for a thing I threw out when I was in London as a teenager. So they've been with me from the beginning. Like with them, I remember buying Harlem World album when we knew it word for word, and I was breaking down what a 16-bar rap was and how to format stuff, and we just spit. Because I mean, on the low, I'm a rapper, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I actually, you know, I really showed them structure of, you know, how to write songs. We would just go back and forth and battle. We also used to dance a lot. It was like potluck competitions and ciphers, and yeah, so we've just been going at it for a while now. Well, I know how melodic my voice is, so I prefer to sing. Even if I've written it, The Hope She Cheats was definitely structure-wise a rap before I sung it. Just the pattern of it. Like, I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player. I hope that she Kim Kardashian the way up. And it was just, oh, if I put a melody to that, it's clever and still kind of quirky, but catchier versus me just spitting it. So.
Okay. Well, I was also reading up on Tech Nine. He was being interviewed, and he was talking about how he wanted to get you on a record with Lil Wayne and Eminem potentially. And have you talked to him about working together yet?
I said, get at me. I'm not hard to find. I'd love to work. And that would be absolutely dope.
Yeah, that would be an amazing song.
Scheduling conflict, and I just didn't have the time to get up with him. Same with him. I was reaching out, like, send me a track, I'll get on it and did the air. But you know, that's how things go down. Like, I'm in the process of getting my situation together, and it's no next time. Music is music, and we'll meet somewhere.
Okay.
Again. So
All right. Yeah, so any last words, any shout outs, anything?
No last words, just moving forwards and enjoying life.
Okay.
Continuing to do so.
What's the date for the album now? The exact
I say
date?
January 4th.
Okay, January 4th. Go support that. All right, thank you.